to order a minute or so early. Yeah, we'll go ahead and call Monday, July 7th, 2025 legislative session to order at 5:28 p.m. If I could please get everybody to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you, everyone. I'm going to remind our council members tonight of our shared beliefs of being open and honest, and then I'll move us directly into roll call.
Chair Bowman.
Present.
Vice Chair Perry.
Present.
Mr. Breinecker.
Here.
Mr. Campbell.
Here.
Mr. Malay.
Present.
Mr. Camacho. Ms. Morton. Let the record show the following staff are in attendance: City Manager Albert Tripp, City Attorney Dan Gibbons, Public Works Director Catherine Miller, Court Administrator Katie Dorman, Judge Angel Girl, and Assistant Clerk Treasurer Tanya Dashiell.
All right, thank you. Albert, any changes to tonight's agenda?
There are no proposed changes to the agenda.
All right, Council, what would we like to do about tonight's agenda? Oh, I'll do that here in a second.
Move to approve.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? All right, any questions or comments? All those in favor? All right, that is unanimous. No, I was just giving her a second just in case, because we started 2 minutes early. Just in case. All right, and then it doesn't look like Jennifer is here at this time. Council, what would we like to do about the absence of Ms. Morton?
Move to excuse.
A motion. Do I have a second? All right, any questions or comments? Not seeing any. All those in favor? All right, that passes unanimously. That will move us on to, I don't see any calls for announcements or presentations, so council reports. Anything? Hank, you got anything? Go ahead, Mr. Camacho.
Yeah, it was a very busy week last week. I took several tours, took a tour of the water reclamation plant. Chief sent me on a ride along there, and I'll start with Chief. Chief, thank you, appreciate it. The officer that was assigned was Officer Davis. Not only did that officer know everybody on the south side, but we stopped and made several visits to a couple of folks. What impressed me the most was the promotion of community policing. They weren't out there to try to intimidate anybody, but he actually got down and we spoke to a couple of parolees, see how they were doing. He was able to point out all the troubled areas that we have. And it really shed a lot of light because I had no idea all of this was going on in Airway Heights. But needless to say, I appreciate it. Please thank Officer Davis for me and his supervisor. And I plan to do it again because it got very interesting. We made one arrest, took me to the county jail. I saw how that operation went, which brought back a lot of memories. So Chief, thank you to you and your department. Water reclamation, it was great. It was interesting. I'm still looking up some scientific definitions because Adam just blew my mind when he started trying to explain to me the biological and physical processes of the water reclamation plant. But I appreciate it, ma'am, and I plan to do it again. And you mentioned that there was a 1-million-gallon non-potable tank that we're going to put in place. And that only makes sense because we shouldn't be using our potable water for, gardening and stuff like that, watering lawn. So thank you. I took a tour of the fire department. Very impressive. Man, he can fit every engine in that place. Not to mention the sleeping areas for the troops. They're not piled on top of one another anymore like the old place. They have a full kitchen. Hot dogs were great. That mezzanine upstairs was pretty impressive, but that'll be down the road. And hopefully, Chief, you can move into that next door, that thing next door. So thank you very much, everybody, for the opportunity.
Jennifer, you got anything for council comment? Mr. Malay?
Yeah, no comment.
Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say something about the fire department. Absolutely incredible. They did a phenomenal job over there. It's something that the very first thing that came to my mind was the first time I walked into that building and somebody was eating a meal and a truck was getting ready to pull out and they were literally ingesting exhaust fumes while they were eating. So this building is, a huge blessing. I want to thank the community for actually approving the bond and even previously just supporting the council for us, going after those dollars for every aspect, for everything that we could go after at the state level and beyond. So I do appreciate that. I was gonna ask about, were there any fires or anything else on the 4th of July? I did not see fire trucks nearly as much as I did last year or in the previous years. And it seemed like went off pretty much without a hitch. I understand that, there's a huge part of contention, especially with the elderly and with animals and everything else within Airway Heights. And I just do appreciate, those that did clean up. I know every year we do have the stragglers that come in and, I just wanted to thank the chief for his enforcement of, the police force here enforcing those that shouldn't be here and, just asking them to politely leave. So, but with that, that's all I have, and that'll move us on to staff reports.
Mr. Tripp,
Thank you very much, Mr. Shill. Chairing the council, I had an opportunity to attend the open house as well. It was great to see as many community members come out and really take pride and ownership in the facility invested in. Hats off to Chief Metzger for delivering on the project, just as promised to the community. In addition, I wanted to share a couple comments that we receive in reference to the firework activities. I made copies of them and they're at your seat there. But before doing so, I wanted to do just like a quick recap in terms of some facts and figures with regards to resources, man hours related to the cleanup process. In talking with our park staff, sounds like we had about 15 man hours of park staff picking up debris. And this is from Sunset Park in particular, which equated to about 2 6-yard dumpsters and 1 4-yard dumpster. We also had about a $1,000 trash can receptacle. This is one that's located next to the restroom there by the splash pad. Apparently someone set that on fire and destroyed that. And so that'll need to be replaced. And a couple broken tree branches. Apart from these items I listed here, as I noted, I had a couple different people contact me in reference to their experience. The first of which is that's Marie Heron, who's listed here in the voicemail that you have before you, wherein she describes just her experience in terms of the individuals discharging fireworks prior to the time limit in which they're allowed to do so. And I think her frustration was about the duration of it, even after it started, and then the impact it has on if you have pets, animals. In her case, she shared with me she had sedated her dogs, but that was a little relief during the duration of it. Additionally, another email I received was from a JJ at gmail.com, wherein he was describing some challenges at a fireworks event that he attended. This was at Northern Quest or at the casino property around the racetrack. He was describing some concerns, sharing some concerns about car access in terms of the number of access points for that many vehicles to be able to get out. And then also the outdoor brush, which sounds like it caught fire in the process. And the emergency planning that goes around allowing for people to get out of such a venue like that if they need to in a safe situation. And then lastly, in the sanitation concerns he had during the course of the event. So we're going to be sharing this with representatives from the Kalispell tribe to hopefully encourage joint planning for not only 4th of July events, but other events. And if there's an opportunity for the city to step in and assist and support during situations like that, it will just allow for us to be on the same page and better coordination as opposed to it happening in isolation. That's the extent of my report. It's also the extent of the issues that I heard in relationship to 4th of July, unless the council has any questions.
So the fire wasn't on our property.
There's a picture of it attached to this email, but this was next to this is on Raceway property, which is owned by the tribe. You can see the
Okay.
hotel in the background of a brush fire burning there. Sounds like the brush wasn't fully mowed down, which is like one of his suggestions. Stuff like that should occur prior to even activities like this.
Just to mention, the Raceway Park was placed into trust within the last.
Correct.
Yeah. All right.
Mr. Gibbons,
No report, thank you.
Mr. Richmond, Ms. Miller,
No direct report. I believe you read up on our gravel roads were graded in the last week or so, and the palliative was placed for dust control. Thank you.
Ms. Dorman, do you have a report?
No report for council.
Judge, do you have a report? I do not have a report.
All right, thank you. That'll move us on to the public hearing for the 6-year transportation improvement plan from 2026 to 2031. Man, the floor is all, well, actually, are you?
So I was gonna invite up Steve Flute. He will be covering this topic. I'll go ahead and put up an image in the background for you while you're talking.
All right,
Good
well,
evening,
sir, the
council.
floor is yours.
Thank you. Good evening.
Mr. Chair, for the record, the public, you want to open the public hearing at 5:40?
Yes, sorry. Open the public hearing at 5:40.
All right, so tonight, Public Works is presenting the city's 6-year transportation improvement program for review and approval following the public hearing, hopefully. The TIP plays a vital role in not only identifying needed transportation-related infrastructure projects, but also as one of the documents that keeps us eligible for state and federal funding. Catherine put up on the screen the representation of the capital projects for the 6-year TIP. You can see that they're pretty well dispersed throughout the city. And our hope is that we'll eventually get money for all of those and build them, whether they're capacity improvements or overlays, that type of thing. A couple of notes for you all to consider. The 6-year plan this year is a little bit smaller than in years past. But never fear, all of the projects that were removed from this year's TIP, the 6-year TIP, are still on the capital improvement plan, which is in the comp plan. We did a deep dive, tried to right size them. Noticed that there were several projects in there that needed additional scoping and more consideration. So in the future, you'll see those that were removed from the TIP bubble up into the next iterations of the TIP. And then, of course, I just wanted to point out that the CIP will be reviewed and updated as necessary during our current efforts at updating the comp plan. So we have a resolution for later tonight, assuming all goes well, for the council to consider approving.
And is that it, sir?
Well, that's it for now. I didn't know if there was anybody from the public that wanted to comment.
All right, well, thank you. Yeah, at this time, if there's anybody from the public who would like to speak on 6-year transportation improvement plan, the floor is open for discussion. Anybody online? I don't see anyone. All right, well, at this time, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing at 5:42 PM. That'll move us on to tonight's consent agenda. Item A is the approval of minutes from June 16, 2025 from City Council meeting. Item B is approval of the study session meeting minutes from June 23rd, 2025. Item C is the purchase approval registry, requesting the council approval of the purchase registry for the amount of $36,840.65 to Payne Hamlin. Council, what would we like to do about the consent agenda?
Move to approve?
Have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. Any questions or comments? Not seeing any. All those in favor? All right, that passed unanimously. That'll move us on to action items. Item D is the interlocal agreement with Medical Lake for new municipal court services. And then I don't know who, if anybody wanted to speak to this. Albert, did you want to introduce, or Judge Gerald, did you want to introduce it?
Approach the mic. I have not been a part of planning this, but I am familiar somewhat with the caseload in Medical Lake from my previous work. And so I think it would be an addition to the court that would be doable. I think that Ms. Dorman knows a lot more about the agreement because I just haven't been a part of the discussion. So if she'd like to speak, we also have Mayor Cooper here.
Absolutely. Floor is your guys'.
Good evening, council. I apologize for missing the last meeting. I was aware that there were some questions. I did send out that response. I hope you all got it. Does anyone else have any further questions?
I mean, this time I was good with is everybody good with the email that was sent out? Okay,
And I think at this time, Mr. Tripp can correct me, but I think we're asking for council to agree to the interlocal agreement.
okay. And then Mayor Cooper, did you want to speak to this at all? And for those that don't know, this is Mayor Terry Cooper from City of Medical Lake.
Good evening, council and staff and community. Yeah, we're looking forward to this. It's been a vision on my heart for about 15 years. I know Mr. Tripp and I have talked about it for a long time about regionalizing things that are expensive, like public service things, public safety issues, and the court being one of those things. So my career was in the court, been working with your city manager, Albert Tripp, and then also the court. And so we kind of hashed through all of those things. What would that look like to, have our cases heard here? But I'm happy to answer any questions you may have for us. But we felt we landed in a great mutual agreement. And, of course, we're supportive. Our council's already approved this. But I am happy to answer any questions if you have any for me.
Yeah, no, I didn't have anything. I know that
Thank you.
we had gone over it as a city and, it's absolutely something that, especially since, we had sent out the letter to the Kalispell tribe for, for our agreement and, just taking those services, back, that there would be openings that we need to backfill as well. So absolutely, I think we can handle it. And
Okay. We don't have very many filings, but we're looking forward to doing business together. And, thank you for giving us the opportunity.
all right. Well, thank you, Mayor Cooper. Council, on this one, what would we like to do about item D, the interlocal agreement? Sir?
Move to approve the interlocal agreement with Medical Lake Court Services.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? All right, I have a second. Mr. Camacho, any questions or comments? Not seeing any. All those in favor? That is unanimous. So congratulations, guys. That'll move us on to item E, which is the utility clerk job description. Mr. Shield, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. This evening, we are requesting that you approve our utility clerk job description. It has not been created or updated in significant amount of time. So with the departure of our utility clerk later this year, we need to post this job description this week so we can start interviewing to backfill that position by September 1st.
All right, thank you. Council, what do we like to do about item E?
Move to approve.
Have a motion. Do I have a second? Any questions or comments? Not seeing any. All those in favor? That passed unanimously. That'll move us on to item F, which is utility disputes. Mr. Shield, the floor is yours once again.
Thank you. Last week, we discussed two utility disputes, one for auto investments and the other for Spokane kart racing utility disputes. You guys discussed it in length. The first one for auto investments has already been denied once in the past. Nothing has changed as far as the status or the circumstances regarding the leak. Additionally, Spokane kart racing took almost 2 years to identify that there was a leak to be addressed. So there was negligence on both parties as far as notifying the city or taking action on private residents. Both leaks were on their property, not on city property.
All right, and then for this one right here, even though they're grouped up into one, under here. We're gonna go ahead and split those up to two separate votes.
Okay.
So what would we like to do about the utility dispute for auto investments?
I will move to deny that dispute.
All right, I got one denial. Is there a second? All right, any questions or comments regarding that? All those in favor of the denial? All right, that passed unanimously. That'll move us on to the next item, which is Spokane Kart Racing utility dispute. Council, what would we like to do about that?
I'll move to deny that dispute.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. Any questions or comments regarding this dispute? Seeing any, all those in favor of the denial? That passed unanimously as well. All right, that'll move us on to item G, the therapeutic grant court grant acceptance. Ms. Dorman, the floor is yours. Judge Carroll, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So we are asking the council today to approve the funding that we have been allocated from AOC in the state of Washington for our therapeutic court. The request that we made was for $355,370. We received $300,466.70. So it was short about 54,000, almost 55,000 of what we requested. But we do believe that we can work with this amount. This funds the time for the attorneys. Most of it is personnel costs, time for the attorneys, part of my time. We have some that we can contribute to Corporal Johnson's as well. And then our therapeutic court coordinator and also some of Ms. Dorman's time, as well as funding for drug testing and many other things that go into our court, as well as training. So it is a program that we've been running since April of 2022. I think it's working great. We enjoy it. It's a wonderful partnership with the community and law enforcement and leads. And so we ask that you approve that. Any questions?
Don't have any. All right.
One question.
Oh,
Move
Go
to
ahead.
approve.
Oh,
all right. I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. Any questions or comments on this? Not seeing any. All those in favor? All right, that passed unanimously.
thank you.
All right, thank you, Judge. And that'll move us on to ordinance. We have resolution 2025-017. Quandre Trayvon Davis Murphy Day. Mr. Tripp, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair, and I'll pause for a second for Mr. Shields just to read the title.
Resolution 2025-017, a resolution of the City of Airway Heights, Washington, proclaiming July 14th, 2025 as a day to honor the lifetime and influence of Quindre Trayvon Davis Murphy.
Mr. Chair and Council, earlier, Ms. Erica Davis approached city staff and asked if the city council would consider proclaiming July 14th as Dre Day to honor the life of her son, who tragically passed away October 14, 2023, following a leukemia diagnosis. During the course of that discussion, it also provided an opportunity wherein the council was able to discuss its policies and process for naming streets. That was another consideration that Ms. Davis had asked about as well. In conversation with Ms. Davis, she understands that the council is going through a process to identify a policy and a process for the ways in which streets are named, and that the council would be taking up this evening the consideration of the proclamation, but not acting upon the request concerning a street name, recognizing that that is to be considered at a future time, subject to the outcome of the policy that is developed and adopted by the council. She's been made aware of that, understands it, and is agreeable to that. She's noted that after the policy is adopted by the council, then she would reapproach the council and ask for consideration at that time. And so this evening, before the council is the consideration to proclaim July 14, 2025 is Dre Day to honor the life of Quindre Dre Trayvon Davis Murphy. And also joining the council in the audience is Dre's grandfather.
All right, thank you, Mr. Tripp. Thank you for attending this evening as well, and thank you guys for coming to council and you know, I know it's hard, any loss, but definitely with this, just allowing us to celebrate his life within the community as well with him, his contributions to not just Airway Heights, but the surrounding area. So we definitely appreciate you attending this evening. So thank you. Council, what would we like to do about resolution 2025-017, Audrey Trayvon Davis Murphy Day? I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. Any questions or comments on this? Not seeing any. All those in favor? Overwhelming majority. That is unanimous, sir. Thank you, guys. That'll move us on to item I, which is resolution 2025-019, the 6-year tip, 2025-2031. Ms. Miller, the floor is all yours.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and take this last one. And obviously we had the hearing tonight. So this is just the resolution to approve it and move forward. And just one quick clarification. This is 2026 through 3031. I apologize for the print
Oh.
there.
Yeah. Then, Mr. Show, would you like to read it in the record?
Resolution 2025-019, a resolution of the City of Airway Heights and adopting the Airway Heights 6-year transportation plan for the calendar years 2026 through 2031.
Council, what would we like to do about resolution for the 6-year tip?
Move to adopt.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. Any questions or comments? Not seeing any. All those in favor? That too passes unanimously. Thank you. And at this time, we'll go ahead and open up the floor for public comment. There is a sign-up sheet. We did go back to that, and I definitely appreciate us having this. At this time, we'll provide the community members 2 to 3 minutes to address council. Typically, we like to keep it to just the items that are on the council agenda, but I can understand if we'd like to talk about any other items, especially fireworks or anything else at this point in time, being that it just happened. So at this time, if I can get Dale and Teresa to come up to the mic, please state your full name, the address in which you live, and the floor is yours.
Dale Allen Stapleton. Teresa Ray Stapleton, and it's 11018 West 21st. And our issue is more of our neighbors. We had somebody OD'd last week. It's a known drug house. Cops are there all the time. We just want it gone.
It's a homeless camp, 2-bedroom little shack. We've been residents for 38 years. Seen a few owners in and out of there. Never been this bad.
It's growing.
It's a 2-bedroom little shack, which I'm sure the drain field is designed for that. And there's at least 10 people living out back. Giveaway trailers. It started with a guy in a Durango living in it all winter. I was going to help him out, give him some winter gear, but then when I realized it's heavy drug use, no contact.
But when they had the OD, the officer informed us that they have dug up the septic tank in 2 places, and that is where they dump their waste. I've not known that septic tank to ever be dumped when that guy lived there, so it smells horrendous. We can't even go outside.
Plus the trash, they piles and piles of trash.
And they've even resorted to burning their trash. So you get that smell. The screaming, the yelling,
daily domestic violence, verbal, daily.
But the old guy that owns it is a VA, so he's inside, he's disabled. His caregiver won't even go inside except to take him to the bathroom, and then he sits in his car because the house is horrendous.
That's through the VA.
So we just kind of want it cleaned up, gone, whatever. I mean, we have a nice place. We can't even enjoy it because of the smell and the drug overdose. We have our grandchildren over. I mean, it was 10 feet from our fence.
We've had 2 backyard weddings with 200 people, family members.
So we need some help. Is
Ah.
kind of why we're here.
Absolutely. Chief, would you like to take the floor on this one?
And Mr. Chair.
Or,
It doesn't look like he wants to.
You're people to the fence many times. They're there.
or Mr. Tripp, I mean, absolutely, we want to address any concerns. And I know we've tried to do it.
Once a month.
We talked about coming, but I think the OD was the final straw.
CPR right next to my grandkids. I diverted them. They didn't. say
But
anything,
it's-
But still.
It's a daily drug use.
Yeah.
Meth, it's horrendous. The cars, I don't know how many cars you can have, but they have a bunch.
Sounds like it's a public health hazard too.
I would.
Yeah.
We've
feel bad
been
except
with
the
code
cost.
enforcement. And they made them clean up a little bit and then it ends and
Then it gets bad again. and-
It's just too burn.
it's in garbage that they burn.
But sewage and garbage, that's,
But the sewage, we didn't realize that they had opened up the septic to dump their waste. Isn't that a health issue for everybody? It needs to be,
We share a
Bulldozed.
320-foot fence with them.
and a barking dog they have tied up that's on this long of a chain.
Yeah.
It's become a nuisance.
Possibly a lot of different violations. Mr. Tripp, I'll go ahead and open the floor to you.
Okay, thank you. I was just going to report just briefly on this and then,
Sorry, Chief, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
well,
I'm
as-
good at that.
As part of the report on this, I also want to give Chief an opportunity to dive into the specifics of the situation and report back on what action's been taken and what are the next steps as well. If I'm not mistaken, I didn't hear the first part, but I believe this location is the same one that we reported on this week, which we believe an overdose occurred based upon the signs that we're seeing.
There was a house behind us that caught on fire. They thought it was arson. We don't know what it is.
We haven't heard any on the investigation.
Because if it's arson and because those people used to go at it all the time, and if it's an arson thing, should we be notified that these people are, we already know they're crazy, but we don't want our house burned down.
So if it's indeed the same site, we have a host of different open issues with the subject property
That
from
property.
the standpoint of nuisance and violations in that regard. And so what I would suggest is that for the upcoming study session, the chief can report back in terms of the open issues, those that have been closed, and then any that are still needing action, and what are our next steps going to be with regards to assisting and moving those forward.
All right.
They're behind on their property taxes by 4 years. How long do you let that go before they're evicted out?
So under state law, the county is in charge of that. Under state law, the property owner can remain in default on property taxes for 3 years, and then it must go through a tax foreclosure. So I have no idea what the status of that would be, but they do them annually under state law. Once you're more than 3 years delinquent, then the county's supposed to take action.
It's fine, but then he's had health issues and like I said, he's got a caregiver. He's in his house and the house is horrendous. The caregiver can't even go in there. He says it smells so bad.
Yeah.
I did adult services and they said, oh yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
It's just-
There's a difference between fine and barely living and,
It's through the VA.
yeah.
We don't get too involved. I
But they
haven't
also
haven't
have-
been to a city council meeting since they built McConkey Business Park.
Yeah.
Seeing what that was pointing at my living room.
Well, welcome again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are welcome anytime, every Monday at 5:30.
Like I said, the OD was our last.
Yeah.
The last spot.
No, and something that we've done, I don't know if it's been communicated to you guys, but we actually gave our code enforcement some teeth this last year. And we've approved a few different things that give them the ability for different fines, especially for nuisance properties and whatnot. So our code enforcement team and our police force working together, with these people to try to get them help, try to get them resources. But at the end of the day, if it's going to continue to be a nuisance property or anything else, our team has teeth now. And that was something that we didn't have in the past that we have approved within, it was just recent. So, there are avenues that, our team is working diligently on. There's so many different code enforcement violations within the city that we are addressing at this time. So I think they're doing a fabulous job, but it's not going to be perfect, and not everything is going to be addressed immediately either. So, we would love to, if you guys want to come back during the study session the next Monday for, just a recap and, from the police chief, and he can tell us what kind of what's going on with stuff, what's been either dismissed or, just brought to conclusion as far as, different code violations, but then what are the new ones? What are, what is going on? So that way you guys can have the status. You are more than welcome to come. So.
We would welcome a member or someone to come and look at our park that we made. and,
Yeah.
See what we have to look at.
And smell.
My grandchildren.
And I mean, your code enforcement is that Adam Johnson? Am I right?
Yes.
Excellent man. I've been in contact with him last year, and he did come out and he tried his best, but.
Okay, well, they have a lot more teeth now.
Okay.
But it's awesome. It just keeps growing.
I understand.
Yeah.
Guy OD'd and I'm hearing them, they're making sticks and tarp lean-tos
For the
Yeah.
new people.
for the new people. When
Yeah.
far as it
Uh,
can go.
Yeah.
Mr. Tripp, excuse me, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What is the address to this location, sir?
08.
That's our house.
West 21st Avenue, and then
The
there.
address next door is 11002. West 21st. We're right across from McConkey Business Park. Like I said, we've been there before the dealer auto auction, before it was all fields. It was nothing.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the one with that coffee shop there beside the road? Are you talking about that trailer park back there?
No,
It's not a trailer.
No,
Or- no.
it's a yellow house and it's got garbage everywhere. You can't miss it. It's our
What?
house, the crap house, the one that burned down is in the back, and then Terry Niles's house is next.
It's 11018 West 21st. That's your house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are they to the east or the west of you guys? Are they to the east or the west of you guys? Okay,
One house is.
Yeah.
Other side of the fence.
can't miss it.
Can't miss it. I mean, they've got two
Well,
cars in the front.
I think it's 60 by 320. It's a little thin strip.
Okay,
We're 255 by 320.
okay.
So we're on 2 acres, that 1 acre landscape beautifully. The other's kind of my construction material extras.
Yeah.
Thank you for the dump passes.
Thank you for the load today.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
But like I said, the OD was our last straw.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff on especially south of Highway 2 that we've been working within the last, few summers to actually clean up. And if you notice, there has been a huge effort on that end with some of the trailer parks and some of the other stuff, just assisting, a lot of times they don't have the resources or the means to even clean up after it's gotten to a certain point. So, we are trying to work with the owners first and foremost and not just drop a hammer on them, give them an opportunity to, to
Yeah, and
clean up themselves.
this is 3 years ongoing,
Yeah.
and we haven't said much since, but this was the last straw.
Okay,
Well,
no,
they had garbage service, but apparently they forgot they had to pay for that, so that garbage service is gone.
And they're doing CPR to a naked man 6 feet from our fence.
okay. All right, well, we will definitely follow up, Chief, if we can get, an update on that next week. And like I said, you guys are more than welcome to come back next week. And study session is actually downstairs at that point, and it's kind of a less formal, kind of a round table type of deal that we do every other week. So you guys are more than welcome to come to get an update on it. And yeah, we are doing our best to clean up. But I understand when it gets to that point. I mean, I got kids here as well. All of us have either been here for a long time or, have families and everything else in the local area. So absolutely, we'd love to assist where we can and help out as much as possible.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
What's the
Absolutely.
color of your house, sir?
So This is blue, 2 blue shops, one behind the other.
Yeah.
That's where I live.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, if there's a lift back there, I'd live in there too. No. No, I know exactly where your guys' property you're at as well. So, no, thank you guys for coming. Is there anybody else? I don't have anybody that signed up for comment, but is there anybody else who would like to speak to the council? All right, go ahead, Mr. Tripp.
Oh, Mr. Chair, as the 2 residents noted, the more they described the property, the more it became apparent that I was familiar with that one. This is actually indirectly related to communication I shared with you earlier in reference a gentleman by the name of Cliff I think his last name is Veden. He lives on 21st Avenue. He's an individual with the concertina wire around his location. And so we had a chance to talk a bit about his concerns about this narrow strip of property, I think, which is the one that you're referring to. He had some concerns about the individuals coming across and taking things from his site, which is why I encourage him. If you feel like that's happening, let our police department know. That's why we're here, to help support that and respond to it. So I know that was something that he was going to do on a go forward basis. But relative to this entire subject, coincidentally, we're scheduled to do a presentation next week on code enforcement in terms of progress to date. So that is already on the agenda for next Monday. And at the same time, we'll also talk about this specific property as well.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, Mr. Tripp. And if there's no call for a workshop, no call for an executive session this evening, at this time, we'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting at 6:09 PM. Thank you, guys. Oh, my gosh.